International Family Church. This is Pastor John Swanner, and I'm together with Pastor Mo Christmas. Pastor Mo, would you please tell us a little bit about what you're doing and your responsibilities here?
Yes, I'm the guest services pastor, which takes care of really the first impressions of your church. You know, we believe that the first impressions of the church, people, when they come, they're going to interact with others before they ever get into the service to hear praise and worship, before they ever hear the message. And so we want to welcome people. We want them to feel like this is home away from home. And so what I oversee is that first impressions with our ushers and our greeters and other areas of the ministry that create the whole environment for a Sunday or for a church service.
Pastor Mo, about how many people are in the church here at International Family Church?
We're about 1,600 with probably another 400 or so online.
That's wonderful. So tell me about your team. How many do you have? How many ushers, greeters? And
so right now, ushers there's probably about 45 of them, and with our greeters, there's probably about 60 of them.
Wonderful. So please walk us through. You've got the front doors here, so people coming into the service.
So this is the front doors. These are the doors that everybody would walk into to get to our sanctuary. And right away, there will always be an usher that stands right here, almost standing out. I'm going to turn my back for a second, but would be standing right here so that everybody that comes in this door is getting greeted by that individual right here. And so to start, we let people seat themselves. Everybody's more than capable to find a seat. And once service starts, then we will start to point people to a direction where there's open seating. But for us, ushering is not about command and control. It's not about keeping order per se, but it's more about, for us, it's hosting a section of the auditorium. So this person here, their whole job is to greet everybody with a smile, maybe shake a few hands, and just welcome them to our service. In other sections of the auditorium, their area is to just to make sure that everybody's doing okay. If we can do anything for them, please let us know. I'll be right here. If somebody needed a pen because they were filling out their offering envelope, we've got pens in our pockets because we're ready to go. We want to serve people and we want to anticipate their needs. And so what we're doing is it's all about creating relationship. It's all about greeting and welcoming people and starting conversation before service starts so that people just aren't sitting there quiet, although some people like that. Others, they like the conversation. So our ushers know that we are hosting a segment or a section, and your job is to greet people in that section, ask them how they're doing, welcome and see if there's anything we can do for them. And that's how we approach it. And then once service starts, they're making sure that people are safe when the lights are out and helping them to their seats. They are, when it's time for offering, they are passing the buckets down the aisle so that we can take offering, and then getting the offering where it needs to be. But the biggest thing about our ushers is about hosting people and welcoming people so that they feel at home while they're here.
Well, I know that this is a very important part of the DNA of International Family Church. When you drive into the parking lot, can you tell us what the people driving will encounter?
So what we have is we have an individual that's out on the street, and they're holding a big sign that says, "Welcome to IFC." And so we're waving, and we've got the sign going, we're waving and welcoming them. We also have a section that is just for our first-time guests. And so there is special parking just for them. So if there is special parking, we will ask them to put on their flashers or high beams and let us know that they're a first-time guest, and we will lead them to a section that is just for them. And so we want our first-time guests to feel like VIPs.
So you go out of your way to identify those who are first-time visitors,
yes,
or help them to identify themselves as first-time visitors, and then you make them feel extraordinarily welcome.
Absolutely, because then we have another team that will go to where they parked and welcome them and offer to show them around the building. If they have kids, welcome, we'll explain this is what you can expect when you get into the building. They'll literally walk them from their parking spot to Kids World, where the kids are, or to the youth area, or to the sanctuary. And with that, we also have a card that we ask them to fill out. The card has information about the church, but also a little section that they can tear out that gives us information about them so that we can connect with them and see how we can better serve them in the future.
Wonderful. Can we take a walk through the doors
Yes.
and go to the main entrance and show where the greeters station themselves and how that greeting
Yes.
process takes place?
So we'll go outside here. So looking straight out here, straight out in the street, right here at the street before the cars can turn in, is where we'll have someone with a big sign and they're waving and they're just greeting every car that comes through. There's not a single car that does not get greeted. And so they'll come, they'll park, and if you'll notice, we have signs all along the back that say first-time guests. Now, you probably wonder, why are they so far away? Well, the thing about leaving church is the parking lot can be packed, and the easiest way to get out of this parking lot and the fastest is from those parking spots there. So we also wanted to consider that when it's time to go, we want them to be able to leave and not be stuck in parking lot traffic. And so that's why we put them there. And so right where we're standing, we have two others that are here, and they hold little signs that say, we welcome here, we're glad to see you, thanks for coming.